Hey, everybody. Welcome to Making Connections with Aly. That is me. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Turned out to be a pretty nice day, at least where I am today. So, our guest for today had to cancel. And so, it's going to be us today, just family hanging out. And so I did want to come because it's Valentine's Day and I have some announcements to make and stuff like that. So I wanted to come on and be with you for a little bit. I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope everybody's anticipating, showing some love today and, not just with your significant other, but, to your coworkers, to your neighbors, let's show some love. We show a lot of things. We show our behind sometimes. We show our attitudes. Let's show some love, right? And so, you guys have heard me say several times this month that, February is a pretty active month. And I mean, there's other things that I'm missing. But of course, one of the things is American Heart Health Month. And so, this is a month, and, we have to check these things all the time, whether it's our heart, whether it's our relationships, all these things we have to consistently, be abreast of, aware of. But we have those special months and those special days that we put aside just to remind everybody. Maybe you haven't been taking care of yourself. Maybe you haven't been, making sure your heart is well. So during this month, and people, bring awareness. They give you facts and different things like that, to take care of ourselves, just like our heart. We have to make sure that, we're eating properly. Allie, eating properly, we're not stressing ourselves because stress does a lot. Stress is bad on your heart, bad on your health, period. It's bad on your mindset, all that kind of stuff. So we have to make sure, that we're eating well, that we are getting rid of stress as much as possible. We have to make sure that we check our blood pressure, our cholesterol. And, if we've been to the doctors and we've been diagnosed with those things, then we have to make some changes, right? And so I know sometimes it's not fun because, ice cream, cookies, cake, all that stuff tastes good. But, and it's not that you can't have things, but you have to have it in moderation. We need to exercise, and, if you want to get off the pills, like if the doctor, now for me, I don't like taking a bunch of pills. So if I have to switch something so that I can get off a pill, I'm all for that. And so, and just, one step at a time, don't try to change everything overnight. Sometimes we do those overnight clean outs and, we don't eat anything at all but carrots and celery. We don't like carrots and celery like that. So, do everything in moderation, make changes, but, be aware. So, American Heart Health, definitely you have to get enough sleep. Now, that's one of the things I had to deal with. And, I have those periods now where I still deal with it. But, when I can't sleep, I'm like, okay, what's going on? Why can't I sleep? And so, continued lack of sleep will deteriorate your body. It will deteriorate your mind, your brain. Your body has to have sleep. That's when your body rejuvenates itself. You get refreshed. You can wake up in a clear frame of mind. So, definitely get some sleep. Sometimes you just have to tell people to wait. Sometimes you just have to put projects on the back burner and just be like, this is my weekend. I'm getting away. I'm going to get some rest. I'm going to get some fresh air. I'm going to go to a different at- atmosphere. People are doing different things. And so definitely, get some rest. And, the Bible says laughter doeth good like a medicine. So laugh. Have you ever found that, as you go through the day, you be like, did I laugh about anything? Did I joke around with anybody? Mm, laughter does a body good. They say milk does a body good, laughter does a body good. So you gotta laugh. You gotta get, just change things up. I'm just saying. Because we want to stay around as long as we can, right? And so another thing, that we deal with in the month of February, of course, is we call it the love month, right? So to me, all these things kind of go hand in hand because we call it the love month. We're exercising and making taking awareness of our heart, and so How can you love somebody, if your heart is not right? If you can't show compassion and empathy towards somebody, love is an action word. You can't just say I love you, but you never show it, you never express it, you're never there for the person if they when they need you. But you say I love you, you need anything, let me know. But every time they need you, you can't be found. But we also know on the flip side that some people need you all the time, and that's not good either. So in all these things, we have to take them in perspective, right? Just like we was talking about the food, ice cream, cake, cookies, and all that stuff tastes good, but we have to do it in moderation. We have to know when to call it quits. Okay, that's enough for today. That's enough for this week. What have you? Again, with the things when people just want from you, but then they're never returning to you, you have to be like, okay, that's enough because you're stressing me out. And when you're stressing me out, it's causing my heart to be damaged and tired, and my mind to be tired, my body to be tired. So stop it. But again, with some of the previous guests that have been on the show talking about love and stuff and relationships, you know, basically it always comes back down to us. Do we love ourselves? Because when you love yourself enough, you're going to know when to say no. And you're going to be like, I am just as important. So I have to say no. No doesn't mean never. No doesn't mean I ain't going to get back with you next week. But no, today, no. And so, you have to be okay with that. And if they're not okay with that, then that's an issue that they have to deal with. Maybe they're insecure in their relationship with you. Maybe they're insecure about something else. But everything begins with us. We have to love ourselves enough to say no. We have to love ourselves to be engaged. We have to love ourselves enough to know that we are worthy. I always talk about being an entrepreneur, business owner, and things like that. If that's something that you desire, if you want to write a book, if you want to be an artist, if you want to be a songwriter, a musician, whatever it is, you have to know that it's on the inside of you. And even if you have to get training for it, it's okay. Still go for it because you wouldn't have the vision, you wouldn't have the desire if it wasn't for a purpose. And sometimes, that desire may not turn out exactly the way you picture it, but I bet 9.9% out of the time, out of 10, that it will still be a part of your life. Um, So you have to love yourself and you have to love people, but you have to love in an authentic way. You have to be genuine. When you're trying to be something that you're not, it's hard and it causes you stress, which goes back to the heart awareness. See how I say all this stuff ties together? And so, just some history about how they say Valentine started. It was I think it was a Greek Roman emperor, one of them people, thought that single men were made better soldiers. It's so many stories about Valentine's Day, right? You probably have another version. But he thought that single men made better soldiers than men who were married. Because, of course, when you're married, you're worried about your children. You're worried about your wife. You're worried about when you're going to be able to go home and see them. Are they going to be there when you get home? Yada, yada. So he thought that single men were better soldiers than married men. And so he had made some kind of decree where, stop marrying people, right? And so this Saint Valentine was like, what? The Bible says it's better to marry than to burn. So he was like, I'm not doing that. These people love one another and they want to be together. So he was marrying people secretly. And so he got thrown in jail, right? Because he disobeyed the law. And so, but he was so passionate about, how he felt about that and how, as a Christian, people had the opportunity to make decisions and to be together and build families. So he got thrown in jail, and so this goes different ways. I've heard different scenarios, but they say he used to write letters, and send them out, still out into the neighborhoods and to the community and stuff. And he would always sign that, "Remember your Valentine." And so, that's part of where it came. But he always plays a part in the story somewhere. But so he would always, write him letters of encouragement and prayers and stuff, and he would sign it. remember your Valentine, because he was sentenced to death and he knew he was going. But even in that, he didn't sit down on his assignment. Let's talk about that, but we'll get there. He didn't sit down on his assignment. He still encouraged people to live a godly life, to do what God had called them to do. But and he was a martyr, he gave his life for Christ. And so again, it's about love. It's about the heart. This emperor's heart wasn't towards the people. He didn't have empathy for how they felt about wanting to be married. He just wanted a strong army. I get that, but people are people. We all have different desires. So to make a decree that you couldn't be married, well, that didn't sit well with everybody. So, so that's the little history I know about Valentine. And so again, Valentine's, heart, marriage, love, respect, taking care of yourself to make sure your physical heart is in good condition. And so we also know that February is Black History Month. And so, again, I think it all plays together because what do we often talk about is racism, right? Division, people not being treated equally, people not being appreciated for their gifts and the who they are, opposed to the color of their skin. Because again, 90 some percent of us are mixed with something. And so to not care for somebody or think that somebody is a thief, a thug, other stuff y'all want to call. Anyway, just because of the color of their skin, they're not smart, they're not intelligent, they're not worthy. That ain't cool. What kind of heart feels like that about people, right? And so again, then there's oppression and people who've been oppressed having to get over that and having to deal with that and trying to overcome that. And so that adds stress, which will go back to dealing with your heart. So how about we just come on, let's quit some of this stuff we've been doing for years and years and years, okay? Let's treat everybody with respect. Let's everybody be able to get paid what they're worth. If I go to this to school to be a doctor, just like anybody else, I should get paid the same wage. I don't care if I'm a woman. I don't care if I'm black. I don't care. I should be compensated in the same manner. But until people love people enough to treat them well and treat them the same, we're always going to have some issues. And that's always going to make somebody's heart real heavy. That's always going to make somebody, trust a little less. And so again, we go back to the Bible says, love your neighbors as you love yourself. It didn't say love your white neighbors or your black neighbors or your Asian neighbors or whatever. It said love your neighbor, whoever your neighbor is, as yourself, right? So again, that's all tied into love, respecting one another, communicating. And there's a way to communicate. When you talk to me, you should call me Alicia or Aly. Don't call me anything else because we might have a problem. Okay. So just respect who I am. And you know what? There's people I don't really care for. I don't really care to spend time with them. But it's not because the color of their skin. It's because I don't like their attitude or they're mean or they're nasty or they're, rude, disrespectful, talk to you disrespectfully. So if it's somebody I don't want to spend time with, it's a character thing that we have an issue with. Even that doesn't mean that I'm going to mistreat them. Even that doesn't mean that I'm going to go out into the neighborhood and talk about them and make other people feel the way I feel about them. You may have a great relationship with that person, and that's awesome because everybody needs a friend, right? So I'm not going to tear that person down, but I'm not going to allow that person to tear me down either, right? So we're gonna keep talking about this. Let me see what I want to do first. Okay, another thing about Black history, because it's Black History Month, African American History Month, and we always, we shout out to people who have gone before us. But even in my day and age, there's some greats like Muhammad Ali and people like that. Like I didn't get to meet Martin Luther King Jr., Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, but well, I didn't meet Muhammad Ali either, but but he was in my time frame. He was Barack Obama is in my generation, in my timeline as the first black president. So I have been able to see history being made. Some of the athletes and things like that, people being getting awards, like actresses and actors who have getting their finally getting their break and being on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, getting their star and stuff like that. So some of that stuff is happening in my generation. So we're still seeing history being made. And so I'm going to show you this video. And IKEA Canada does an event every year. I Choose Love event, and her birthday is in the February month. And usually, one weekend out of that month, usually in the beginning of the month, she will do a community event. So she's a person, she loves to give back and things like that. And so I was able to make it to the event this year for a while. And this video is of her and Brendan Chuck Brown, Mr. Excitement. Well, his rap name, I guess, is Booger. So I happened to catch them because one thing about in slavery days, Black people used music. They had developed places called praise houses, and they would go to those praise houses and they would sing and they would dance and they would clap their hands because they were so oppressed. During the day, I mean, you had to just work. You didn't get to stand around like we do today, meet at the water fountain and talk to one another, um, take lunches together and stuff like that. I mean, they had to work, and they were so oppressed. From sun up to sundown. Whenever the master was ready to go home, they had to be working and in the fields. I'm sure it didn't matter if it was raining or whatever needed to be done to that crop, they had to be out there doing it, right? So they had developed places called praise houses, and of course there's the church where they would go and they would sing and dance and they would just ask God to bless them. And then would they also use music, as one of the popular songs that people always talk about is "Wade in the Water." And so, when there was a movement going on and there was about to be a rescue taking place, or, like Harriet Tubman, she saved so many people through the Underground Railroad, right? And so she was different signs they had of ways of sending messages to one another so they would know, wade in the water, be in the water, at this point in time, this time of day, this time of night, because we're coming through. And as many as you are, willing to take the chance, be there. And, all you could do is take a chance. But they took a chance on their deliverance. They took a chance on freedom because what they were experiencing was terrible. The abuse every day, the unworthiness, the rape and all the kinds of beatings for no reason. That I get kind of tender about stuff like that. But anyway, so music is big in the African American community. We love music. We love to talk about, even in the rap and stuff. A lot of times when you think about Ice T and Ice Cube and them, they would rap about things that were happening in their generation. Cops, arresting them and just different things, going on. So music is big, and so we're gonna play this video that I captured a couple of weeks ago, and it is Brandon Chuck Brown and IKEA Canada, and they do a little battle, a lyrical battle. So let's see who won the battle. Let's go Eagles! 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 Let's go! Hey! Hey! I think we need to keep that momentum up. Mr. Excitement. Yeah, keep that momentum up. Give it up for IKEA Canada. I go by the name of Mr. Excitement. You can look me up on all social media platforms. Mr. Excitement without the E. But then you want booger? You want booger? You want booger? IKEA may spank me. I bring booger out. She don't want me to do it. Can I bring booger out IKEA? IKEA. Okay, I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm in the valley. And I see Charlene spit. Yeah. They extra bring booger.
Girl, you know I rap down south, in and out, everywhere I go. Cause you know me, I got the flow. I can take it serious to say I'm delirious. If you get curious, you know I'm mysterious. Like Ray, like back in the day. I'm from the 80s, so you know I don't play. I slay like K, any delay. What you gotta say when I come with A? My lyrics, I kick it cause I'm so wicked. Give you a visit, soon as I get the ticket. You wanna get wicked with the story? I can rap in every category. I'm from Kansas.
You better back down when you see me, cause you know I'm coming through. I'm the illest after HV. Yeah, I'm coming through. You can't stop me, you can't block me. The devil, he thought he had me bound. I stood up, and now with a crown. Yeah, I wear it for the kingdom. I wear it for my folk. I got the valley on my back, so you know what's up. It's your girl, Lakia Cannon, looking real good. Cause you know I come straight out the hood. But I'm coming for you, Buster. I'm coming for you, Saints. But it's okay, cause I ain't gonna turn around. I ain't gonna back down. I'ma stand tall. I'ma stand strong. Cause you know I got God by my side. I'm rocking day and night. He held me tight all through the day and night. He heard my prayer. So now I'm here. You'll never get rid of me. Hear me loud and clear.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. You don't wanna play with Boogie, I'm straight out of the valley. Go to Kerry Hills, you know I'm in the alley. Every single day, Cochran Junior High, you know how it is, cause I get fly. Just like Johnny Gill, my. If you wanna try me, don't even try. No deny that I got skills. I represent HB Kerry Hills, and I do represent God. I come from the water and I got an old squad. Christian school all of my life, and don't let me tell you about what I know about Christ. Huh? I know about Jesus 7 days a week. Can't speak, can't preach. Yeah, I do it. You know me, I get down with the music. Right? Welcome.
Shout out to Booger. Make sure y'all clean y'all nose so y'all don't have no boogers. Okay? Shout out to my DJ too. To my little DJ Bless. DJ Bless has always had my back ever since the beginning. So I just want y'all to know we love Hidden Valley. We love North Tryon. I love Sugar Creek. I do this for y'all, man.
I love that. I love that. So I just see how they flowed. They talked about real life. They talked about, Booger was saying, he been knowing Jesus 7 days a week and where he's from. And then, a kid came with, I got Hidden Valley on my side and then Jesus on my side. So I stand strong. So the music is so important. Music is a way to express yourself. Music is a way, and now I'm not a writer of music or anything like that, but I love music. Music is you can find music in whatever situation you're going through that will minister to you. And so I had to play that. I was working with Alan for like days. I was like, I can't get it to download. Can you get it to download? Because I wanted to just show that. And it's just a community. That's how it is, a community coming together to support one another. And even though they was battling, we call it a battle, but it wasn't a battle. Nobody's mad about whose lyric touch which one. Did you like? They didn't go around saying, "Did you like mine better?" Kia, she was whack or whatever. Mr. Excitement, oh, he ain't got no skills. They ain't do like that. They was just loving on one another, laughing, bringing joy to the community, right? Reminding people to stand strong, that God is on their side, right? So that's what I love about it, and that's what it was like back in the slavery days because Black people didn't have anybody to depend on except for themselves, one another. They had to stick together. They had to, get together and sing and pray and, sneak food to one another when they could and, go by and, if this one needed ointment because they had been beaten or what have you. I mean, and then, the rescue, they had to they had to stay focused. They had to help each other, but they had to stay focused, right? And so it's so many things, like I said, going on in February, the month of February, so many things that we can't take for granted, we can't forget about. And, I just want to encourage all the brown skinned people, these people went through a lot. These people gave their lives. Martin Luther King Jr., trying to get civil rights and the same the same ability to ride the bus as anybody else, right? And then you know, and the thing about Rosa Parks, when I heard her story, black people had to sit in the back of the bus, right? So she was actually in the back of the bus. She was sitting where she's supposed to sit, but the front of the bus was full. And so, because the front of the bus was full, a white guy wanted her to get up and give him her seat. Well, look, I'm already in the back, like you told me. Now you want to take my seat? That's what I'm saying. Treat everybody with respect. Be loving towards everybody. He didn't care if she was a woman. He didn't care if she was an elderly woman. He didn't care if she had worked all day or whatever. He didn't care. And so we have to start caring about one another. We have to start loving one another. We have to start, we got to check our heart. Check your heart, your physical heart. Make sure it's still good. It's not clogged. Just like with your physical heart, if your arteries get clogged, it can cause you to have a stroke, heart attack. If your spiritual heart is clogged, it can cause you some problems. It cause you to lose out on things, it's too much stuff. It ain't worth it. So let's just love one another. Let's treat one another right. And so I just want to come on and encourage everybody. Again, I know it's Valentine's Day and everybody's looking for. Don't put too much stress on your significant other. Really know your situation and evaluate. Maybe your boo can't buy you flowers. Maybe your boo can't take you out for dinner. This ain't pay week. It might have to happen next week or the week after that. Whenever it happens, it's about the love relationship. It's about your communication. It's about spending time together. It's about, appreciating them for what they can do. Now if they just lazy and ain't doing nothing or spending their money on other stuff, now yeah, I mean, still even in that, the way you communicate that will be important, right? So let's see. I think we have another video, but this one is just about if you're an entrepreneur and honey, if you have different sort of social media accounts and you try to keep all of them up and you try to you know, post 3 and 4 times a day to all your social media accounts, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. I mean, all kinds of stuff nowadays. Used to be 1 or 2 platforms. Every year they come out with something different. And so if you're getting a little frustrated in your business and because you have to market yourself, right? You have to put yourself out there. And so if you're just not being able to keep up with it, this is a social media management program software that can help you out. You can, and I know even on Facebook, you can schedule posts and stuff like that, but you can schedule posts on this platform. It gives you access to images you can use. You can schedule those posts even out for a year. And you can post one time and post it to your various accounts. It just makes things easier. You can sit down 1 day a week, like on a Saturday, figure out what you're going to do for the week, figure out what your advertising, what your sale is or your pitch is for the week, and get everything ready. And then during the week, you don't have to worry about it. Just maybe check your Facebook or your account, see if it's out there. See if there's any engagement. I think it notifies you even if there's engagement. So check out this video about this social media management software.
Social media management for businesses has become more important than ever. Scale your business on social media with an all-in-one platform. The system we are offering provides in-depth analytics, unlimited social profiles, copyright-free images, and much more. You can respond to all messages across platforms through one system. Weekly schedules of content can be created to automate your social media. Active Insights provides best recommendations based on post type and most engaging window of time to post. Social media management just got easier.
So that website, thenewyou.com, check it out. If that's not the right website, I'm gonna add it to the description of this video. But honey, let me tell you, it saved me some time and some stress. And even if you Even if you have a virtual assistant who is helping you, you can get a second login for them. Of course, you want to keep admin rights to your stuff so nobody can lock you out and take your material and things like that. But they do have the opportunity for you to add like a virtual assistant, if they're helping you to post things and to, keep you present on social media. So check out that platform. Miss Tanisha Relford is the one who is the administrator of that, the owner of that. And so she is very helpful. She has videos that teach you how to do everything, how to add your content. Then you get a weekly update about, which posts were more engaging, how many views, on certain platforms. You get to know how many views you got, how much engagement, how many open the links and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool, gives you some analytics and things like that. So, and I'm sure there's much more that you can do with it, but that's all I can do right now. And so, again, I just wanted to come and be with you guys for a little while, and just say, hey, happy Valentine's Day, happy day, period. You know, I put a post out there the other day. You know that old song, I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. That's what I'm trying to do. Let people know that life is worth living. We keep hearing about suicides and things like that. And whew, that would be touching my heart because I just be like, what happened? Where did it go where they don't feel any hope? They think that the only thing for them is to leave here, but life is worth living. And I'm telling you, if you hold on, it's just like it in the spiritual as it is in the natural. If we hang on, winter sometimes gets rough. Maybe not around here anymore, but winter gets rough. It's cold. You got to put on all these clothes, and you got to put on extra moisturizer and stuff so your skin don't get chapped and things like that. But if we hold on, we know that spring is coming. So if you hold on in whatever situation or circumstance you find yourself in, just hold on because I promise you seasons do change. Now you're probably gonna be back in winter at some point in time in your life. You go through spring for some years, go through summer, everything great, but winter's coming. But again, if you hold on, if you prepare for the winter in the springtime, then the winter won't be so rough. You know what you need to do. You bring your clothes, your warm clothes out. You prepare. You bring extra. You buy extra food so you don't have to go out as often. If you prepare for the next season, then that'll make the next season even better. And so I just want to again just come and talk to y'all every now and then. I like doing this every now and then. I do like to have guests and chit chat and meet new people and find out what they're doing. And that's what we're about. We're about making connections. We help you make connections to the resources you need. And one day I was like, wow, I kind of know some people. Like if you're an artist and you don't really know where to get started, I know artists. I know musicians that are doing big things. I know managers who, I can link you up to if you're an author and you want to put a book together. You feel like you want to write a book, but you don't really know how to get started. I know people I can hook you up with. If you want to start a business and you're just like, whew, how do I even run a business? How do I do my finances? How do I do my taxes? Do I want to quit my job? Do I start part time? I mean, I'm just saying, we're making connections. If you need to do something in the community and you're not really sure what part of the community you want to do or what the community needs, I know a lot of community leaders, people who are in the community and doing different things. Whether it's for the homeless, for the youth, for the elderly, it's all kinds of stuff. So if you're just not sure, it's time 2022. We know life is short and life is not promised. The past 2 years have shown us that you can be well one day and sick the next, and then not here the next. So let's live it up. Let's live life to the best of our ability, right? Again, we're making connections. We're here every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and every Saturday at 12 noon. And we're here for you. I know on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. is a ladies' night. Um, it will be Kimberly Roberts, Kristen Downs, and myself. Will be speaking during Ladies Night. We're on Zoom. The If you haven't seen the flyer and you need the information, it should be on the Making Connections page. It should be on the Alley Virtuous page. Um, Check us out, ladies. Hey, ladies, listen. We've already talked about sometimes we don't get the same opportunities that men do. We don't always get the same pay that men do. We don't always get the same opportunities to go see our children in sports and stuff like that, like men do. Sometimes, when our kids are sick, we have to be the ones that stay home. It's like, well, don't, I'm not going to go into that, but we have to stay at home, right? That's our babies. But sometimes we can kind of get harassed and things like that if we stay out too long. But how can you determine how long your child is going to be sick or what they're dealing with, right? If you're looking for an opportunity to make some extra money, if you're looking for a career change, if you're looking for maybe you love your job, but you want to make sure that your family is protected. You want to make sure that if something should happen to you, your child will have enough money, to be able to, whoever would take care of them, they'll have the money to do what they need to do. If you want to start developing a college fund for your child, if you want to start preparing for your retirement, because again, you're not making as much as most men are for the most part. And so you have to put it back a little extra, or you have to put it in a place where it's making the most interest, but you don't really know what those places are. Come to Ladies Night. You bring the questions, and we'll have the answers. I'm telling you, Ladies Night is where it's at. And so it is tomorrow night, February 15th at 7 p.m. It is on Zoom. Again, the flyer will be on Making Connections page and Alley Virtuous page. Check us out. And maybe you're seeing this after Ladies Night is over. Maybe you just now seeing the video. Maybe it's February 20th and you missed Ladies Night, but you still have questions. Reach out to me. Making Connections with Aly or Aly Virtuous. Send me a friend request if you're ready to make a change, if you're ready to prepare for retirement, if you want to make sure you have a will in place, that everything will be as it should be. If you want to make sure that your family's life increases or at least stays the same when you're not here, if maybe your husband is the breadwinner, and you have to talk to him, but come at least get the information so you'll know what to talk to him about, or schedule an appointment after that we can talk with both of you. So we're all about helping people earn money, save money, and protect your money. Because, like I said, maybe you love your job, but you're just not sure how to invest to make sure that you're good for retirement. Make sure your kids are good for college. Whether it be a trade school, whatever they desire to do, we always put it in the budget, right? And so, again, happy day. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Love Month. Happy Heart Health Month. Make sure you take care of your heart. Make sure you go to the doctor. If you haven't been to the doctor in, I'm going to say in a year, go to your doctor. Get a physical. Get your blood work done and make sure you are good. A lot of things, if we catch it early, take your breast exams, do your prostrate, y'all know what I'm talking about. Exams, men go to the doctor to go to your dentist because believe it or not, you can, if you have disease in your gums, it can cause your health to decline. I'm just saying, I didn't think about that. If you have, there's so many things. I'm just saying, go to the doctor. If you need to go to a foot doctor, you got some fungus. I'm saying it can get in your, it can affect your whole body. So anyway, I just want to bring some awareness. And again, we are making connections. If you have questions about whatever, and you need somebody to to direct your path, I can't tell you about all of that myself, but I have connections who I can connect you to. Waleem, who did the theme music for our show. Oh yeah, he's part of the Groovaladas. He's been in music forever. He's got a studio, Polyphonic Studios. You know, if you already got a tape, but you know you just needed that little extra touch so that you can get it to the producers and make it sound whew, out of this world. Polyphonic Studios, look them up. If you can't find them, I can find them. Let me know. All right. So I think we have one last thing, and this is about making connections, and then we'll be right back.
Thank you for being such a wonderful listening audience, whether you were listening live or on the replay. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, Making Connections with Aly and Shay, so that you can get notified every time we go live. Do you have a burning message to share with the audience? Contact Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com with your topic idea and your message to be booked on the show. And if you're an inspirational speaker or a motivator or simply seeking a platform to share your message, contact Miss Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com to be considered for 30 to 60 minutes of weekly airtime right here on the Making Connections Network. Again, contact Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com to be considered for 30 to 60 minutes of weekly airtime, your own radio show right here on the Making Connections Network.
That's it. We're here for you, making connections. If you need a place, a platform, and you can't seem to find it anywhere else, you know, you need some instruction. Maybe you want to start off just being maybe like a guest expert once a month, you know, like James J.T. Thompson does. James Sherman Thompson. You know, he's with us every fourth Monday. You know, if you need something like that, if you just need some help getting started, getting developed, you know, let me know. I'm here for you. But again, definitely want to, you know, remind everybody, check your heart, you know, treat everybody with respect. Let's end all this division and separation and things like that. Let's love one another, okay? Ladies, I'm calling all the ladies. If you're looking for opportunity, even if you're watching this on February 25th, August 13th, whatever date it is, and maybe you missed Ladies Night, but you still want to check it out, you still want to know more information about it, reach out to me. Making Connections with Aly or Aly Virtuous on Facebook and Instagram. Again, we appreciate you taking your time out. Everybody have an awesome day. Don't forget that you are amazing. Wake up in the morning, look at yourself and say, "Good morning, gorgeous." Even if you don't feel gorgeous. Good morning, whatever you want to be. Good morning, entrepreneur. Good morning, author. Good morning, published author. Good morning, Grammy Award winner. Whatever it is, Tony Award winner. Um, Good morning, Wimbledon winner, Olympics first place medal, whatever. Look at yourself and encourage yourself because sometimes it's got to start there. Because everybody is not going to encourage you. Everybody's not going to listen to my message to love everybody else. They just not. So, but you know, and you make sure that you love you first and you teach everybody how to love and to respect you, okay? So, you are amazing. So, go out there and do great things. I am rooting for you. We're here again every Monday at 2 p.m. and every Saturday at 12 noon. Look for us on Facebook and Instagram. Turn on your notifications. Follow us so you know when we go live. And until next time, as always, we're leaving you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Have a great day, everyone.